want make them catch me. To me sapphire, me no know. Me a tell them who want this, the man with the Lord don't bless. You crowd of people, many empire from out of Nigeria, Africa, and you're tuned in to Trieka Radio FM 780. Bless.
You are now tuned into the Betty Love Show with the IENE program to inform, educate, and entertain right here on Tracan Radio FM 780. Don't move that dial. You are now tuned into the Betty Love Show with the IENE program to inform, educate, and entertain right here on Tracan Radio FM 780. Don't move that dial. You are now tuned into the Betty Love Show with the IENE program to inform, educate, and entertain right here on Tracan Radio FM Entertain right here on Tracan Radio. You are now tuned into the Betty Love Show. You are now tuned into the Betty Love Show with the IENE program to inform, educate, and entertain right here on Tracan Radio FM 780.
Hey, Billy, how you
Don't move
doing?
that dial.
Yes.
Eternal Father, bless our land. Guard us with thy mighty hand. Keep us free from evil powers. Be alive to countless hours. To our leaders, great defender, grant true wisdom from above. Justice to be ours forever. Jamaica land we love.
Big up yourself, sis.
Jamaica, Jamaica, Jamaica land we love. To just truly respect for all. Stir response to duty's call. Strengthen us the weak to change. Give us vision lest we perish. Knowledge send us, Heavenly Father, grant true wisdom from above.
Auntie, what are you doing?
Justice to be us forever. Jamaica land we love. Jamaica, Jamaica, Jamaica land we love.
Oh, Canada. I come on every day now. Native land, true patriot love, in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the truth most strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Welcome, welcome, welcome each and every one. How you are doing? Blessed love to each and every single person that's tuning in right now. Unfortunately, I run late this evening for my show. You know, when I have to come from work, you're missing a half an hour of the show this evening. On Trican Radio, of course, FM, that is Trican Radio FM 780. And you could go to the website also. Good evening to you, Trey. How you doing? I guess we talk. All right. That's up to everybody. And I'm just gonna get into it right now. Right now, let's play some music this evening, all right? Because I have something else, but you never not gonna get done. Maria Song, how you doing? Auntie Hope, how you doing? Everyone, I like you. How you all doing? Hi, hi. YouTube and Instagram, of course. Bless up to everybody. So yeah, well, now we're gonna get into some music right now. Where am I? Listen, love.
Patrice again, yeah. And again, and again, and again, and again. Ha. But I know some man will complain.
Mr. D and the entire family down here. And it's here. Big up in the south. El Montana. Canada, big up in the south every time.
Woman, like soft man. What I like? Ha. Some woman love a money man, love a funny man, love a service man. A man who understand. Some woman love a roughing up, fuck on, love a cussing up, and want a man to lash them up. But not me them talking about, cause I am woman. I'm moving on my own pace, winding my own waist. I am woman. You see this bumper that I'm blessed with. No man can stress this love. If a man say go right, then I go left. I understand. If a man say go left, then I go right. I understand. If a man say no, I go in all night. I understand. If a man say hush, I speak in for spite. I understand. Woman go like, woman go like, woman go like soft man. Not my man. Woman go like, woman go like, woman go like soft man. Hello. As someone who lives for bacchanal, anything they're jumping on, every child a different girl. They are no
The price of purchase, Roberts.
want to cuss you out. How no money when the bill come. Hello, you talking too much. I never mind. I'm moving on my own.
We don't want no soft man, don't it?
I never mind. You see this bumper that I'm blessed with. No man can stress this love. If a man say go right, then I go left. I understand. If a man say go left, then I go right. I understand. If a man say no, I go in all night. I understand. If a man say hush, I speak in for spite. I understand. Woman go like, woman go like, woman go like soft man. Not my man. Again, and again, and again, and again. Ha. But I know some man will come.
Yeah,
Tree, you don't want a soft man, right?
Woman no like, woman no like, woman no like.
Auntie Patsy, she don't want a soft man.
Not my man. Woman no like, woman no like, woman no like soft man. What I like? Huh. Some woman love a money man, love a funny man, love a service man. A man who understand. Some woman love a roughing up, love a cussing up.
Why you doing how to be?
But not me them talking about, cause I never woman. I'm moving on my own pace, winding my whole waist. I never woman. The feelings bumper that I'm blessed with. No man can stress this love. If a man say go right, then I go left. I understand. If a man say go left, then I go right. I understand. If a man say no, I go in all night. I understand. If a man say hush, I speak in for spite. I understand. Woman the like, woman the like, woman the like soft man. Not my man. Woman the like, woman the like, woman the like soft man. Hello. Of someone who lives for bacchanal. Anything they're jumping on. Every child a different girl. They are no house, no car, no land. Them so there's one to lash you up, one to lash you up, one to cuss you up, one to come. How the money when the bill come. Hello, you talking too much. I am one man. I'm moving on my own pace, winding my whole waist. I am one man. The feelings bumper that you're blessed with. No man can stress this love. If a man say go right, then I go left. I understand. If a man say go left, then I go right. I understand. If a man say no, I go in all night. I understand. If a man say hush, I speak in for spite. I understand. Woman the like, woman the like, woman the like soft man. Not my man. Woman the like, woman the like, woman the like soft man. Yeah.
Find your own business, or don't get in nobody business, right? Drink your water and stay in your business, stay in your own lane. Of course, I'm minding my own business.
Who me? I don't watch people, man. I'm looking for house and land. Who me? I don't watch people think I's a queen. I am the own king. Some of them just talk the most, like they know it all. Ask them how they get their Gucci buzz. I go drink water and mind my business. Drink water and mind my business. I go drink water and mind my business. Drink water and mind my business. Me and them can't be friends. I find it at the lunch, I give me help and strength. No, it's we. That can't be English, that has to be French. Some of them just talk the most, like they know it all. But if they come, but I slip and I fall. It's them simple, I go drink water and mind my business. Drink water and mind my business. I go drink water and mind my business. Drink water and mind my business. Me and you are no beef. I the police and you is the thief. The people you think is your friend, they're only there cause you have money to spend. And some of them just talk the most, like they know it all. But when you hit what and can't see your way, who you just call? I go drink water and mind my business. Drink water and mind my business. I go drink water and mind my business. Drink water and mind my business.
Gunshots of burst. Is it a blessing or a curse? Yes. Gunshots.
How you doing?
In the streets.
Auntie Pat, I see you dancing. Auntie Hope.
When I'm on the beat.
Trey can't pick up yourself every time. You are not tuned into the IET program right here on Trey Can FM. Trey Can Radio FM 780, that is. Yeah.
Yes, gunshots of burst. Is it a blessing or a curse? Gunshots of burst. Is it a blessing or a curse? Yes, the leaders claims they've got the tool. Alright, so it's evident they have to rule. Well, while I'm on sit and play it cool. Cause I will fight them a fool. Yeah, gunshots of burst. Is it a blessing or a curse? Gunshots of burst. Is it a blessing or a curse? Yes. No crowd of people make up your mind.
The voice of a Michael Lickshot Palmer.
Cause we are living in a perilous time. Yes. No crowd of people make up your mind. Causing this time is war and crime. Where gunshots the first. Is it a blessing or a curse? Gunshots of burst. Is it a blessing or a curse? Yes, I God mercy. Gunshots of, gunshots of, gunshots of burst. Lord mercy. Yeah. I'm done.
The voice of Pinchas. Remember these days.
I'm done, I know it's at the out of honor. I'm done, I know it's at the out of honor. I'm done, I know it's at the out of honor. Hey, 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 hey. The dance now, I'm up to looking just on the mic. Sing me better pocket, the joke on our. So we have the dance and the fire, yes. I rum it in my wrist, we rum it from the west. But I'm singing on the mic and it is no contest. I'm singing just because of your best, yes, true. I'm done, I know it's at the out of honor. I'm done, I know it's at the out of honor. I'm done, I know it's at the out of honor. Hey, 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 I'm all done. Then always on a honey from the gun. No, no, I'm done. Then always on a honey from a gun. Baby girl, don't try miss. Understand, baby. Ooh, will you miss? Understand, baby. You misunderstand that.
Thank you very much, Daddy Trey. Of course, Sister Star.
The love I give is growing strong. And don't you girl just keep on down. If I'm a done, then I'm always on a bonnet, I'm a done. No, wow, a done. Then I'm always on a bonnet, I'm a done. Lord have mercy now. I'm done, I know it's at the out of honor. I'm done, I know it's at the out of honor. I'm done, I know it's at the out of honor. Hey, 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 hey. I'm singing my song, I sing a song of melody. A song that can leave back good old memory. And you can remember time and share with me. Yes, true. I'm done, I know it's at the out of honor. I'm done, I know it's at the out of honor. I'm done, I know it's at the out.
This is a very great artist. Always love him from I was younger. Mr. Leroy Swart. Always well dressed.
But some too hypocritical. Who the traffic get away with? Cause we no response. We no partial. And we no take back the chance. I am a man with another ambition. And that's a fact. We no deal with them. With no mind chat. We no deal with them, no. Or me not deal with that see. So some are talk about friend. But not just none of them. Some are talk about you an article. But some too hypocritical. Some when them see your potential, them come with that intention. I stand that kill them, and your mind it no low like them. No. Oh no, no. I wait. Also, bless. A lot of them get jealous when you're in that top. I some this and this, and them end up 6'6". So some are top of friend, but not just none of them.
Send me the link on WhatsApp, please. I can't
Some are
find
top
it.
what you want article, but some very hypocritical. Yeah,
I want to big up a sister from none other sister, of course, so Lady Trey.
Also, let's a class. A lot of them get jealous when you in that talk. Oh, hey. Who the jumping and they don't hear it, cause we no response. We no partial, and we no take back no chat. Some are talk about friend, but just none of them. Some are talk what you want article.
Has some not understand the true meaning of friendship. What is a friend?
And this, and them always end up 6'6". Some are talk about friend, but not just none of them. Some are talk what you want them article. But some don't under the great moonlight, we all come taking in the music in the cool night.
What's up, cousin Mike?
Everyone is in fun.
CT in the house.
Take a back at the troubles. Just reggae music on your mind.
And of course, you are loving to
Dancing till the
Trey
morning.
Cannon Radio FM 780 out of Edmonton, of course. Canada.
Let everything be alright. Oh, what a joy someday. Everyone a shout out, hip hip hooray. People just a jump to the beat sound a play. This is only carry on the next DJ. Seen it so many times. Lord knows when it happens. We really makes me mad. Show me to hear the music, and the people should afterwards. Now that we're together, come on, let
You
us
are
have
now
some fun.
tuned to
We give us some David.
You might be dancing to one. We know why no fussing no fighting. Let everything be alright. But what a time down there. Everyone else shout out hip. Everyone else shout out hip hip hooray. People just a jump to the beat sound a play. This is how we carry on the best today. Under the great moonlight, we all come together as one. Taking in the music in the cool night air. Everyone is having fun. Take a back at the troubles. Just reggae music on your mind. Dancing till the morning comes. Some are drinking champagne and wine. So we don't want no bad feeling. You know the dance out tonight. A lot of we don't want no fussing or fighting. Let everything be alright. Oh, what a joy down there. Everyone a shout out, hip hip hooray. People just a jump to the beat sound a play. This is only carry on the best DJ. I've seen it so many times, how we turn a good thing bad. Lord knows when it happens, how it really makes me mad. Cause if we're here for the music, then the people shouldn't have to run. Now that we're together, come on, let us have some fun. But we don't want no bad feeling. You might dance out tonight.
No, sir.
We no one of us in our fighting.
Hi, guys. How you doing?
Oh, what a joy down there. Everyone now shout out, hip hip hooray. People just a jump to the big sound of play. This sound so they carry out the best DJ. Yeah. Oh, what a joy down there. Everyone now shout out, hip hip hooray. People just a jump to the big sound of play. This sound so they carry out the best DJ. Yeah. Another great moonlight, we all come together as one. Taking in the music and the cool night air. Everyone is having fun. I say we forget our troubles, just reggae music on our minds. Dancing till the morning comes, so much drinking champagne and wine. So we know one about feeling. You know the dance out tonight. A lot of we know one of us in our fighting. Let everything be alright. Like a guy down there. Everyone now shout, hip hip hooray. People just a jump to the beat sound of play. This sound so they carry out the best DJ. Yeah. Oh, what a guy down there. Everyone now shout out, hip hip hooray. People just a jump to the beat sound of play. This sound so they carry out. I don't smoke cigarettes because it will stop I breath. Yes, yeah. I'm a don't slip go because it will make I choke.
The later Frankie Paul.
It's the real
Hustle,
cushion bang, make I call from 1 to 10. Pass the cushion bang, pass it over. Why so? Pass the cushion bang, pass it over. Oh. Went on the cover.
You are not
Just to
going
find
to
my
the
lover. In the kitchen, frying chicken. Meanwhile, we have a cushion bang. So, pass the cushion bang. Pass it over. Pass the cushion bang. Pass it over. See, in the town it's $1 a sheet. In the country it's 50 cents. Beyond the bridge sit down on that tree. Run to skip and eat some bread. Pass the cushion bang. Pass it over. Pass the cushion bang. Pass it over. See, oh wait, oh wait. See,
What's up, David? Thanks for passing through.
smoke, we should bring them out to smoke it again. The London people have to smoke, we should bang. When they smoke, we should bring them out to smoke it again. So, pass the cushion bang, pass it over. Wow, see, pass the cushion bang, pass it over. Hey, I'm on those smoke cigarettes, that it will stop I breath. Yeah, yeah. I'm on those the cold, that it will make I joke. All I smoke is the real cushion bang. Cushion bang, and I call from 1 to 10. Pass the cushion bang,
What's up, Snatcher?
pass it
Mitchell?
over. Pass the cushion bang, pass it over. See, down on the cover, just to find my sexy lover. She's in the kitchen rocking. Oh yes, let them talk, keep them talking. Hey.
Kelly, go on that cell.
We're gonna keep them talking, laugh when they're talking, yeah. We've got a lot more coming, talk, keep them talking. We're gonna keep them talking.
Oh, you mean keep them talking, of course.
Yeah. We've got a lot more coming. You is real, let them feel.
Oh, you mean?
And you have to see, let them see. No one in this world can stop me, cause I'm protected by the Almighty. Jah is with me wherever I go. Oh, I know you love me so. One thing I know, and that I'm sure, I'm gonna talk, keep them talking. We're gonna keep on talking, laugh when they're talking. Oh yes, we've got a lot more coming. Talk, keep them talking. And I know we're gonna keep them talking, laugh when they're talking. Yeah.
a lot more coming. Let them say what they wanna say, what they wanna say. They lead us astray, just like I
Face another day. Oh, Lord, give me strength to face another day. Carry on life's road, carry on my Lord. Give me strength, oh God, to carry.
Of course, it's Straight Can Radio FM 780.
Oh, Alpha and Omega. Please tell me where I've been. All that from you to without whom I could not be.
Look at the Simple Like family.
Maybe I'll try
YouTube, Instagram, Facebook,
out of your life. I will be
on the web, of course. Straight Can Radio FM
and so I
780.
promise to serve thee. Oh my Lord.
Bless up each and everyone that's tuning out in Montana, Alberta, Canada. Alberta.
To face another day, journey along life's road.
Big up yourself, Trey.
Give me strength, oh God, to carry on. Oh my Lord, life has become a burden, living in this evil system. Oh, just be strength me. I cannot make it alone. I need you as my own. Oh, Jah, I call on thee. Some are trying to leave you out of your life. I wouldn't be so unwise. And so I promise to come my Lord. And I beg thee some mercy. God, give me strength to face another day. Make it a long life's road. Carry on my load. Give me strength, oh God, to carry on. Oh, my Lord. Say, give me strength, oh God, to carry on. And do the holy word. Oh, yeah. Give me strength that I can make my stand.
If you're inspired
For
to
the sinking sail. Oh, when you're trying to leave you out of your life, but I wouldn't be so wise. And so I promise to serve thee. Sleep over my soul. Mm. Sleep over my soul. Those are only life gets you. Try to sleep over my soul. Take me back. Sleep over my soul. Sleep over my soul. Oh, the beloved woman, rest room. Jaja will sleep over my soul. Ah, every day, every morning, I will sing a song of praise to Him. Hail the King of Kings. Every day I will rise, every morning I will sing. Every evening I will lift my voice in praise. Oh Lord, sweep over my soul, sweep over my soul. Lord, God, be the rolling tempest. Sweep over my soul. I hear a voice is calling from somewhere out there.
Welcome back, each and everyone.
She's singing somewhere in my ear. And I know that I must rise and sing.
They're gonna talk, doesn't matter. The more them talk, the more you want to do your one thing. Want to do your one thing, be yourself, you know. Mr. D, what one? If you haven't catch my name as yet, my name is Betty Lover, the vivacious, crazy, sexy one, right here on Trican Radio FM, 780 in Montana, Alberta, of course. Little trip, big up yourself, proud of you. You know what? We're proud of each other.
But you worry what the people say when they see me with you.
Oh, you mean?
Wonder what the prophets say when they find us together. Wonder what the people
they will learn how to bond with each other. What true friends, what sisters are all about.
You pass them on the street, yeah.
Thank you very much, Michael. Oh my God, that is so breathtaking.
When they see me with you, wonder what the prophets say when they find us together. Wonder what the people say when they know we're in love. Wonder what the people say.
Welcome back, welcome back. It doesn't matter whether you do or you don't. People gonna talk. It doesn't matter. Big up yourself, Mr. Rasky. Goddess, of course. Big up yourself, cuz.
You wonder what the prophets say when they find us together. Wonder what the people say when they know we're in love.
Happy feelings with me again.
Oh, yes, sir.
Now that I have found a friend. Yesterday I was so lost, but today I found your love at last. Deep, deep in my heart, I would love you. Oh yes, we will make a start, sharing the feeling. My new lover, my new friend. You bring joy and happiness.
Oh, from Ghana, right?
To a soul who knows no tenderness. They may say you're no good.
Okay, my family.
I want to say thanks again.
We'll never see home deep in my heart. I believe I
Catch me again next week, Thursday, on Trick and Radio.
Oh, yes,
Was it 4:30 to 5:30? Time change, all right, guys?
My new lover, my new friend.
Thank you very much, Trey. This is Trick and Radio FM 780. Located in Montana, Canada, Alberta.
You bring joy and happiness to a soul.
One this the man with the Lord done bless. Your crowd of people many in fire from out of Nigeria, Africa, and you're tuned in to Trek Radio FM 780. Bless.
Oh yes, we will make our new start. Share until God knows. My new lover, my new friend.
I'll be right back, guys.
Deep in my heart, I love you. Oh yes, we will make our new start. My new lover, my new friend. My new lover, my new friend. You bring me joy and happiness. My new lover, my new friend. You are so good, knows my new lover. Me joy, my new lover. Oh, baby, I would have given you all my heart, but there is someone who tore it apart, and she has taken almost all that I've got. But if you want, I'll try to love again. Baby, you can't turn a key without love. Oh yeah, the first cut is the deepest. Oh yeah, the first cut is the deepest. But when it comes to being lucky people, when it comes to loving me, people, but when it comes to being lucky people, that's how I know the first cut is the deepest. Yeah, the first cut is the deepest. Just to have you by my side, just to have me dry the tears that I cry, and I am sure that I will give you a try. And if you want to try to love again, baby, you can't turn a key without love. Oh yeah, the first cut is the deepest. Oh yeah, the first cut is the deepest. But when it comes to being lucky people, when it comes to loving me, people, but when it comes to being lucky Yes, oh yeah.
Everybody really last of my grandman, fancy like me, I'm speaking chunky and delicious. See, I know the food done. Nothing better than Lasco mackerel. You want my one? Strikes. Lasco mackerel. The original and still the best.
World. My name is David Mandela, the grandson of Nelson Mandela. But what do I do more importantly? I am the chairman of the Africa Rising Foundation, a foundation that is based in South Africa geared towards empowering young people in education, in sports, in computers, in financial literacy. We focus mainly on rural kids. But we also now have a foundation in New York called the Mandela Institute for Humanity, which focuses on making sure that young people have the opportunity to become great leaders. And we look at Nelson Mandela as one of the greatest leaders and how we can also have the same values and vision and style of leadership like Nelson Mandela.
Welcome back, you guys. Thank you so much for staying tuned to our show, Talk Up Thursdays. Again, I am Lady Nessa, and we are here today to talk about modern feminism and what that means in 2022 society, what it means in the dating world, what it means in the professional world. Have you personally experienced it, and what does that mean for us moving forward? For some people, it's a very controversial issue. For some, it is just foolishness. And we're just gonna have a feedback from a very talented and inspirational guest. Her name is Erin. She's a singer, songwriter. She is an immigration consultant. She lives in Canada. She was an international student. She has a lot of accolades behind her name, and she can go on and on and on when she gets on. But she is now going to be the relationship expert in the conversation, giving her personal feedback on modern feminism. Thank you so much for joining, Erin. How are you today?
You're most welcome. Thank you for having me. I'm good. How are you?
I am doing fantastic. Welcome to the show, Talk Up Thursdays. And thank you for your time. I know that time is very important and we can't afford to waste it. So I won't waste any more time. We're just going to go right into it. And you can just tell us a little bit about yourself and your background so that the listeners have an idea of who you are.
Okay, so I'll agree with majority of what you said. I'm not an official immigration consultant, but I do work with an immigration firm here in Canada. I study in Canada. Working full time now. Also, I used to be a television host. There's so many things that I used to do, and
I
I
know.
don't know. I'm really excited to be a part of this show, and I'm definitely looking forward to sharing my opinions. I hope nobody will take offense, but we're here to talk truthfully and speak about how we genuinely feel about whatever matters they are, and modern feminism, right? So.
Right.
I'm bringing
That's pretty much me in a nutshell.
Okay, that's great. Thank you for that lovely introduction. And it's wonderful when you have people who wear so many different hats. You know you're existing in your own little world or your own big world. Let me not downsize your world or disrespect you. Your own big world. You're existing in your own big world and you're doing a lot of different things. So thank you for the contributions you've been making and the impact you're making for persons or in your space or persons around you. I'm sure you're an inspiration to a lot of people. I see you on social media all the time promoting all the different things that you do, and it is definitely inspiring. So keep on the good work, and you're going far. You're going to go to great places and to go to wide lengths.
Thank you.
You are so welcome. So now we're talking about modern feminism. So let me just make it a little bit easier for you. I did a whole little research, and the definition that I came up with is that modern feminism means to take away gender roles that have been around for generations, deconstruct these roles completely, to allow people to live free, empowered lives, and without being tied down to traditional restrictions. So let me go again. Then modern feminism means to take gender roles that have been around for generations, deconstruct these roles to allow people to live free and empowered lives without being tied down to traditional restrictions. So it's about, I guess,
How would you explain that in your own terms? That does sound so confusing.
I mean, you know, the old days are behind us, and I think people kind of take it out of hand sometimes, like, you know, they do too much as it relates to being a feminist and all of these things, you know. Not saying that we shouldn't be comfortable in our skins and, you know, want to represent women and represent our bodies and our freedom of expressing our sexuality and stuff.
Right.
But I think that some people take it for granted a little bit, you know, and it's kind of vulgar in a sense to the level at which it's being taken nowadays, right? I still believe in women having some level of class, right?
Right.
And some level of self-respect. So I think there is some confusion in that regard, of people saying, okay, let's step outside of the same old that happened years ago with the long skirts and women aren't allowed to wear this or do that or say this or say that. Um, so while I am in support of stepping outside of what is known as the norm or what is accepted in society, I do think that there should be just a limit, right? Everything has to have a limit.
For sure.
And definitely we've seen where people bring it really, 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 really
Really
far,
too far.
right?
Okay, give me an
Yeah.
example of what you think persons do these days, or you think that they're bringing things too far in terms of being a feminist and being
I
an
mean,
activist.
I mean, let's use the video the other day, for example, where the one that I posted on Facebook, which is what, you know, led us to this meeting, right?
Yeah.
Where this young lady, she went out with this guy, right? And the first date, everything went well. The guy picked her up from her home and they went out, they had a wonderful time. Now he called her for a second date, and then she decided that, hey, she felt some sort of way or offended by him not wanting to come and pick her up for the second date. Instead, he said to her that, okay, you can meet me at the place and whatever. I expect that, okay, as a man, right, you are inviting me out, so you're going to pay for the date, as in when we get there, you know, you handle everything, right? You understand?
Right.
However, I feel in myself that as women, we should also be have some level of independence, right?
Right.
Because if it is that you are interested in a man and you want to see him, you enjoy being around him, you want to get to know him some more, what does it take for you to take an Uber to go to
Right.
the place? You
Okay.
understand? So she was offended because he didn't want to come. Now, a lot of these women know they're talking about, oh, you know, we need to have standards and we need to do this. I agree, wholeheartedly agree.
Right.
You need to have standards and stuff.
Mhm.
But when you are going to just rest it on the man to do every striking thing,
Mhm.
every single thing in the relationship,
Right.
I think that's taking a man for granted, right? Um, there's other aspects of feminism, I guess, where we're talking about equality and being treated the same as men. And I agree as it relates to being in the working world, right? There are some biases as it relates to the type of positions that women get. More men get those higher positions because I guess, you know, whoever thinks men lead better than women,
Yeah.
which in my opinion, that's not so, right?
Mhm.
But those are the type of things that I think that we should fight for equality in that regard.
Right.
But when you're going to take it for granted that a man should do every single thing for you if you're in a relationship, that's not a relationship at that point. It's a business,
Right.
right? So,
Where only one
it's not
person is giving and the other person is taking a parasitic relationship. That sounds like.
precisely. It is not even a relationship. I wouldn't call it a relationship. It is just some transactional situation, right? But I think nowadays people are just bringing it really, really far. I don't know if you heard about the story about this university student. She stripped naked and she was taking pictures in front of the someplace on campus, some monument on campus, and they suspended her or something. And she was, advocating about women's rights and freedom to express. And
But that is
when
still
you
against the law. What she's doing is against the law. So there's nothing about women's rights there. That's what I don't understand.
but that's
People
the thing.
decide to cling onto the law when it benefits them. So everything else she can do,
Exactly.
but then when she do something out of turn, she's going to hang on to the law. Sorry for cutting it back. But I
No,
just
no,
had
no,
to
that's
vent
fine.
too.
No, that's fine. That's fine. But you get what I'm saying. Like
Right.
they're using it. Many people use it as an excuse to do just whatever they want to do and not really think about the things that we really should be fighting for and advocating for as it
Right.
relates to women's rights, like how we're treated. For some countries, women still don't have the level of freedom that we do here in the West, right?
Yeah.
So these are the things that I think that should be pushed and everybody voice their support for it and fight against inequality and stuff. But when it gets to the point of you just seeking an excuse,
Yeah.
that's
So
a whole different thing.
and for some of the reasons that I've seen, it seems like people are just fighting for situations that benefits them, as I said, and it is not necessarily from a very strong merit or a very strong response. I've seen situations even with chivalry itself. Do you think in modern times that chivalry is dying down? Is it dead? Is it still alive? Where do you think that falls as it relates to modern feminism?
I don't think it's dead, it's dying. So like for example, simple thing as opening the door,
Right.
right?
Mm-hmm.
For me, if a man opens the door, I take very good note of that. The
Right.
reason why is because it's so rare
Mhm.
nowadays that you find men who actually open the door for women. As it relates to like paying for the bill, you go out on a date and who pays what bill. Um, like I said, if a man invites you out on a date, by all means, but I do believe that women should also take some initiative to treat their man,
That
right?
was
So
gonna
just
be
like
my next question. If you feel like a woman should also pay for a date.
yeah, listen, I have paid for my dates with my man when I had a man. I'm single now, but
Okay, I
but
wasn't gonna put your business out there, but since you already gone that way, all right.
no, but I'm not against it because I feel like things should be fair, right?
Right.
And just as how I want to be treated special, I would love to ensure that my man is treated special as
Right.
well.
Mm,
So if he pays for my date, say we go out even 3 times.
right.
Let's say we go out 3 times back to back to back, and he's the one who paid for the date every single time that we went out.
Mm,
What is it going to hurt me to say, babe, you know what? Let's go for dinner or let's go bowling or the movies or something and I pay for it.
right.
It shouldn't be an issue, not because you hear in society that the man should pay for this, the man should pay for that. I see a lot of females on Instagram and all these other platforms that brag about, oh, I've never had to pay for a bill and whatever. It's not having to, it's you wanting to,
Mm,
right? And I think we need to have some level of conscience,
mm,
right? And really consider the other party. If you're
right.
really into that person and if that person means a lot to you, it should not hurt you or affect you in any way
Right.
to really treat them how you want to be treated or you like to be treated, right?
Yeah, agreed.
Mhm.
And the direction I was also thinking was the fact that for feminists or modern feminists, the simple idea of a man opening the door for them makes them feel powerless. The point that I said in the definition of a modern feminist is that they want to feel empowered. Now, in traditional societies, there are a lot of things that women were not allowed to do. They couldn't vote, they couldn't get a certain job, they couldn't hold certain positions in society, and even to this day, certain women cannot be pastors. So there are laws structured to keep women at bay, and I believe that modern feminism is pretty much promoting that.
But as you said, I also agree that they're pushing the envelope a little bit because I've seen cases where, if a man opens the door for a woman, while you would think that's a great gesture, the guy is really a nice person, he really takes care of women. Some modern feminists think that is an insult. Why can't I open the door myself? I'm a strong woman. I can do it myself. I don't need you to do it for me. I'm not a damsel in distress. You think that I'm weak and I'm not capable. I'm not able to do it. Usually, it's not necessarily that you don't feel like the person can't do it, but just as a measure of you're a woman, I'm a man, men tend to be stronger, genetically structured that way. So, in ways where the man can serve the woman, let him do it. But with females now saying that, okay, I don't need my man to open my door for me. I don't need you to put me on the inside when we're walking. I don't need you to help me carry my bags and take it to the car if I'm, going to the grocery store. Things like these. Do you think that is sending the wrong message to men dating nowadays women? How do you think that is impacting the way how they treat women, whether they're dating or other women that they're surrounded by in their work life or their personal life?
I think it does affect how men treat women nowadays. I do. And this is just because I love to hear the feedback of men, right? So I love to hear. I have a lot of male friends, and I like to hear when they tell me stories about, if they went out on a date or, they over experience with a woman, what they like, what they don't like. And it's kind of from what I have garnered, it's kind of discouraging across a woman like that because they want to be the man, right? And many of these women don't allow the man to be the man. Instead, they sometimes, and I won't say it's everybody, I'm not speaking in general, they sometimes belittle them or make them feel less, right? And it's kind of disgusting is a harsh word for me to use, but it is true. It is very disgusting to me. If they can't allow, if a man really wants to treat you well, why not allow him? He opens the door for you. You're not incapable of doing it, but allow him to open the door. It's really not a big deal.
It's not a big deal.
Oh,
I agree.
It's not a big deal. And I think it comes back down to
thanks, Owen. Welcome.
people being able to show appreciation for the little things.
Right.
It's like nowadays, if you're not doing something big for somebody, then you're not doing anything at all. Right. And it's discouraging for the people who really are not in a position to do the big things, but genuinely want to make somebody feel good or bring some joy, stuff like that.
Okay.
And it even comes back down to using people, right? Because hello, you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Yeah. Down to people using people. So nowadays people are only like what you said, they're only doing things because it benefits them. It's like a whole selfish mentality. So therefore they really can't see when people are doing, the thing like I'm saying, the simplest thing, they look at it as nothing. For me, if I get a lollipop, if you bring me a piece of candy and I was just there minding my own business for the day, I will feel appreciative of the little candy because at least you thought of me. It's the thought that counts. So I get excited. If a man opens the door, that's something that I really take note of just because it's not something that is the norm. And I get why it's not the norm because they feel like it's not appreciated. A man opens the door, the woman walks by and she doesn't say thank you. Even a small thanks goes a long way.
It does.
You know?
It does. I
So,
saw a radio, I saw a news clipping the other day about this man who opened the door for somebody to go through and the person didn't say thank you. The person didn't acknowledge the fact that the person actually held the door for them that long. And the person ended up fighting the man. Yeah, the man opened the door. I think it was probably a couple of people were coming through, but a guy was actually also coming through. and everybody else is thank you for one person. He's like, you couldn't say thank you, and I think he probably has other things that are going on with him that led him to react that way. But at the same time, the thank you would have been something that could have made everything else disappear. It could have, all of the anger, all of the anguish, all of the reaction that his body made would have not been something that would have happened if he would be honest to thank you. But it goes to show, as I said, it goes a long way. Just simple things like showing appreciation. Even if the guy goes for the girl, pick her up, carry her where she wants to go, and all of that, and she come back from a date, say he did all of that, and she still come out, leave gone, don't say thank you. You know how that hurts you? You go to your way, spend gas, your time. You have to leave earlier because you have to pick her up and bring her here and carry her back home. So imagine, suppose the guy lives in like I'm not sure exactly where he lives, but like I'm assuming, say, for distance sake, say he lives in St. Thomas. Leave St. Thomas, go Portmore, go pick her up, carry her go Kingston, go have dinner, come back to Portmore, drop her off, then leave and go back to St. Thomas, go home. Like, him have work too. What time I go reach home to go work the following morning if him have work? And if it's a Saturday night, you know have that on a Sunday, they probably still
worse.
She not probably feed time as well. So then there come a discussion as to what's the difference between setting a standard for yourself and knowing when to compromise. Because there's some people who will set a standard and they say, oh, if I have a guy who's taking me out or he likes me or whatever, then he has to do this and he has to do that. If he can't do that, he's not worthy. But on a second date, you can't ask so much.
Yeah.
So how does one measure the line between if something is really something you can compromise on versus if it's just your standard? How do you know if that is your standard and you have to just stick with your standard?
All right, let me give you an example. If it is that, and I am no relationship expert, but this is my common
Single people always the best advice, so no worries.
It's true. But let me give you like an example. If it is that the guy lives like an hour away from you, right? Why you can't find somewhere, or why can't you find somewhere in between that hour and he meets you there and you meet him there? Right. So you don't have to travel all the way to him the 1 hour, and he doesn't have to travel to you all the way to 1 hour. Find somewhere in between so that you guys can meet. It is so mutual. Like you do half and I do half. Right. And we come and we meet at that spot. And another thing, before I even answer the rest of that question, but some of these females are so quick to say, oh, I want a man to pick me up, I want him to do this, whatever. Remember, you don't know this man. You don't know if he's a serial killer. You don't know if he's going to kidnap you. There's so many things, crazy things happening in today's society where people are being trafficked and all of these crazy, hurtful things. And you're putting yourself in a position for a stranger to come and pick you up from your home, not knowing what they're capable of. Yeah, because, okay, you guys talk on the dating app for a few days or weeks. That doesn't make a difference. You still don't know the person. So for me, even when I'm going out on a date, I don't make nobody come pick me up. All right, I will find my way. You know why I will find my way? Because I have an interest in you. Right. So I will make sure that if I don't have an interest, then I'm not going to spend my own money and come to wherever you are or wherever we're meeting. But you have to take safety into consideration in a case like that, as it relates to people picking you up and they don't think, on these things before they do. But hey, but aside from that, you need to be able to compromise, like you said, and you need to be able to observe, like, what level of interest does this person have in you? Because there are people who will take you for granted clearly, and there are signs to show you these things. So if you suggested to them, okay, can we meet halfway, and they said no, then you know that clearly this is not somebody that you want to entertain, right? In that case, what was that other case that you gave? I think you gave another.
No, I was just saying, how do you know the balance between making a compromise and actually setting standards.
Right.
Because it's important
You
for people
can't
to
you
set
can't bend your
standards.
back too far,
Right.
right? You have to know where there's the limit and where somebody is taking it for granted.
I think
Because
advantage.
right, because there are a lot of times I think that we get so many signs and red flags from people, and just because we want it to work, we close our eyes, we act like we're blind, right? So if it is that you see a sign that the person is selfish, or the person really doesn't want to extend themselves to the level at which you want to extend yourself for them, then you know that okay, this person is not for you. And if it's a case where every single time you have to be the one putting out or putting in, then obviously you don't go below your standards and continue begging or putting yourself too far out there. Which is simply, it's very simple to identify what are the things that you know you are not comfortable with doing, like genuinely. If you know that you're putting in, like you're giving your effort, like what limit do you have, and say, all right, clearly this person, they're not meet me not even quarterly. They're not meeting me even quarterly, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's up to everybody to understand, okay, what are my boundaries? What is my limit? And then you say, okay, let me not get to this limit. And if you see that you're nearing that limit, right, then you need to just back up and say, okay, that's not for me. And if it's anything that's making you put out too much energy, like draining you, it don't make no sense. That's my opinion.
You will notice. So
Yeah, you can know.
it also goes to men too. So I know we're talking about modern feminism and how that's really how that looks in today's society. But as it relates to standard, I think that's also related to men. So with all this pushback from the females and all this pushback from the feminism movement, it is important for guys, in my opinion, to also have standards within themselves. So it's not like, you're doing the chasing game. Yeah, you're interested, yeah, you push. But at the same time, there must be a limit to what you must do. Because sometimes females aren't interested, they're generally not interested. And they will just keep tagging them along, and they will just keep, having those empty promises, and the guy continue, with the chase. So, I just want to take this opportunity as well to talk about how men should also have their own standards. Like, what is your criteria? What are your deal breakers? Will you would all right dealing with, or you wouldn't all right deal with? Would you be open to date a female who has a child, or would you be open to dating a female who doesn't have a job or still is at home with her parents? Or because sometimes men see women and them take up any woman because, oh, you look nice, and oh, you seem like you're a fun person, but then she also comes with baggages. If you see a lady and she has on, hair that costs a certain amount, and she has on nails and the fashionista, all of that, you can't afford that upkeep. So why even try to go that direction? You know what I mean? So what would you have to say about men and their own standards, and how should they approach feminists or anyone in that direction? Should they just, once they hear it, they just turn the other direction, or do you think there's another approach getting around it?
Um, of course, I think that men should have standards too, because men, you can't be a doormat and let women walk over you, right? This is not good for anybody mentally, and the same energy that I put into the whole women part, it goes for me even picking up for the men, right? Because you can't allow these women to control you. As men, I can't speak as a man, but
Right.
for men, I think they're very driven by first physical appearance, right? Everybody wants a good looking woman and all of these things, and it might be it might be a little harder for them to shake it off unless it's some really cockety man, or look away from the level of demand that they're getting from a woman.
Right.
But I genuinely feel like it comes back down to the whole equality.
Right.
Because I said it comes back down to the whole equality thing, right? So the same level of compromise needs to be put in by the man as well, right? I think if they really like a woman, I think some men, because they've been hurt and stuff, they put up a wall and they can see it, they can be very cold and um not vulnerable, right? But I think if they see that they've met somebody who genuinely makes them feel good, not feel good in the ego way, right? But that person genuinely cares for them. That person wants them for the right reason. That person considers them and everything. I think they should bring themselves to that point as well to really let that person in and not put them at a distance. But everybody in the end has to have some level of standards. Um, you really can't bend your back too far for people. And it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, it just can't work, right? But men should also not be, I don't want to say, I don't want to say stingy, but men shouldn't be stingy, obviously.
Are mean, they're nothing mean.
They must be mean,
But
right?
they should
So
know their
not because
limits and know yes, there should definitely be a limit and a standard in which you operate.
right.
But don't be mean. Oh gosh, man.
Yeah. Yeah, there are a lot of them who are mean and they don't want to, care for women. I think even okay. They say that um they say that race, right, has a lot to do with how women perceive a man will be or men perceive a woman will be in a relationship, right? So I've heard and remember I'm in Canada now, so you're around different races and you can get different perspectives, right? And from what I have heard from people, I've heard people say like men who are not black. When you're in like North America, it's so dumb. It was dumb to me. That men who are not black tend to hesitate wifing a black woman. And I'm like, what? Are you dumb?
Wow.
No, and then you ask, okay, why? And they know because you hear them say because of the whole stereotype of how a black woman is loud and this and that and whatever. So I'm like, but other people are loud too. Like when they have a reason to be loud and all of these things. And then they have a thing now where they think that okay, because a man is rich, that man is going to give you more than what a poor man is going to give you. And you understand what I mean? But like I said earlier, it's the thought that counts. Right. And I feel like everyone's supposed to put everybody into consideration. So it doesn't matter what you have and what you don't have. You need to, at the end of the day, it comes down to treating the person how one you would like to be treated. And obviously how you perceive them as well. So if you see that this is not somebody who is for you, like this is not somebody you want to be in a long-term relationship with, don't entertain that person. If they don't meet your requirements or the standards that you have, don't entertain that person and lead them on and because you want to feel comfortable or you just want company. You understand?
Yeah, absolutely.
So everybody has to know their limits. They need to assess who it is that they're dealing with.
Right.
And then at that point, you can decide, okay, how much will I give to this person? And I'm not talking physically now, like material things. I mean, like emotionally as well. And as it relates to your time. Right. So if it is that you realize that this person is wasting your time, stop giving your time to that person. Or if you realize that, go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's on a broader spectrum as well. It's not only just relationship wise, but even friendship wise. Sometimes you have somebody that you think is in your corner, but you are their acquaintance, while you think of them as your best friend. So sometimes we are pouring into cups that are empty, and when we get empty, now we feel, all these neglect. We feel abandoned. We feel lonely. We feel betrayed because persons are not giving us back what we expect them to. whether it's because of the expectations that we impose on that person, or it could also be that we weren't just not looking at the broader picture. Because sometimes when we get so attached to a person, you start giving and you start pouring in, and you're thinking and assuming that once you give and when you're pouring, and I know a lot of persons can probably testify to that. Feel that when you're giving and you're pouring and you open up, you assume that the person will feel the same and return the favor. But in any situation, there's a friendship, somebody you just met, a classmate, it can also be a co-worker. You have to also assess those situations as well to see where you stand in people's lives and take up the space in which they choose for you to occupy. You can't want more than what they allow you to, that they're giving. And I'm gonna take a short break. We know that we have only 10 minutes in the show. We're gonna take a short break and we're gonna come right back. Stay tuned with us. I have Ariane on the line and we're talking about modern feminism. We have a couple more things to talk about before the show time ends. But stay tuned, guys. Don't go nowhere.
Working with Touch the Sky Foundation, which is taking young people and putting them in touch with young Africans so that they can also be able to be in a position to have a worldwide view of what's happening out there in the world. But more importantly, to have those connections that will hopefully continue for generations to come. So we can understand that the world is a big place, but when we work together, we can achieve anything we set our minds to. So, ladies and gentlemen, I look forward to receiving you here in South Africa when you do come finally. And we hope that you have a great year 22. Here we go.
Take us to work. Take us on the go. Take us wherever you go. Graffiti MSI Live Radio.
Island Vibe Sunday. Food, drinks, ATLs, highest DJs in a beautiful ambiance. All for only $50. Taking place at 2 extra events. 5076 Winters Chapel Road, Suite 300. Lots of free parking. Mask and temperature checks will be required.
Book the most innovative team for your event. Graffiti Inside provides aerial visual, photography, videography, graphic design, and audio engineering. Our professional teams will ensure that your special day or project is perfect without a hitch with our customer service and skills. Book us through our website at www.graffitiinside.com or call 561-275-5533 or 876-483-3450. Email us at info@graffitiinside.com and don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Graffiti Inside. Graffiti Entertainment and Media Services, unleashing the creativity through art and entertainment.
TNL Business Establishments, the #1 manufacturer in windows and door mesh installations. Screen out uninvited pests such as mosquitoes, flies, bats, lizards, scorpions, and others. No more elevated heartbeats. Scream out, screen out. Enjoy your home in peace without the disturbances of pests. Let CNL Business take care of the rest. For more info, contact 876-877-0042 or call 876-882-6922 or email us at city66@yahoo.com. Scream out, screen out. CNL Business Establishment, the #1 manufacturer of windows and door mesh installation. Schedule your consultation today.
Rochester. Join local entrepreneurs at the first annual Touch the Sky Believe in Yourself Brunch and Believe. Join us on February 27th from 1 to 5 p.m. at Millennium Live Grease Canal Park, hosted by comedian Yolanda Smile and catered by the Toast Factory. Music by Red Label Sound and a special guest performance. Get your tickets now. All proceeds help children travel abroad. Touch the Sky is a 501c3 nonprofit organization with the mission of changing children's lives through seeing the world.
The proud founder of Touch the Sky, a nonprofit organization giving our youth opportunities to travel abroad and experience the splendor of different cultures.
Hi, my name is Ashley. My name is Nita. My name is Steve. My name is Carl. My name is Julia. My name is Philip. I believe in myself, and I'm going to go to Africa, and I want to travel there. I want to go to the beach. I want to celebrate. I would like to celebrate.
To go and touch the Sky believes that these opportunities are given at an early age. It helps expand the mindset of our youth to positively impact our youth and travel, learn, explore, expand, and ultimately. For more information, visit touchthesky21.org.
Spanish Town massive, Portmore massive, Kingston massive. Want a place to chill and relax with your family? Come to High Five Photos Limited, network and chill every Friday and Saturday. Come network and chill with your family. We have 4 dates, we have corn soup, jerk chicken and roast fish, everything that you know. Network and chill with your family every Friday and Saturday from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. Come out, enjoy great music, prizes, and giveaways, and network with professionals in your industry. Come hear from other successful business people and find out the secret formula in how they achieve their success. Special guest speakers.
Does it like you're in Jamaica? Come to the Dutch Pot Jamaican restaurant.
We're celebrating 20 years serving the South Florida community. We thank you for your support over the years, allowing us to bring the flavors of Jamaica to your family table.
Serving up mouth-watering oxtail, jerk chicken, brown stewed chicken, and so much more.
Come celebrate with us on the 20th of every month all year long as we give away 200 meals. May 20th,
June 20th,
July 20th,
August 20th,
September 20th,
October 20th,
November 20th,
December 20th.
starting May 20th, 2020. Our first Dutch Pot Jamaican restaurant location, 111 North State Road 7, Plantation, from 3 p.m. until 5 p.m.
Save the dates. Tell a friend.
200 free meals. Wednesday, May 20th, 2020. The Dutch Pot Jamaican Restaurant at 111 North State Road 7 in Plantation.
For more details, log on to DutchPot.com and like and follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
Everybody read. Last come up, man. Fancy like I'm mistaken. Chunky and delicious. Yeah, you know food. Done. Nothing better than Lasco mackerel. You want my one? Right. Lasco mackerel. The original and still the best.
The grandson of Nelson Mandela. But what do I do more importantly? I am the chairman of the Africa Rising Foundation, a foundation that is based in South Africa geared towards empowering young people in education, in sports, in computers, in financial literacy. We focus mainly on rural kids. But we also now have a foundation in New York called the Mandela Institute for Humanity, which focuses on making sure that young people have the opportunity to become great leaders. And we look at Nelson Mandela as one of the greatest leaders and how we can also have the same values and vision
Welcome back, you all, and thank you for staying with us. Thank you for making it Lady Nesta on top of Thursdays. You can find me every single Thursday at 7 o'clock, only on Graffiti Inside Live Radio Online. Tonight, we have with us Aaron, and we're talking about modern feminism. We're talking about dating, we're talking about the workforce, and just how we should treat each other as females, males, companions, compadres. What the song go? You know the song "Thank You for Being Afraid." Yeah, that song. I'm just like, you're my. I don't know. I'm gonna figure out the words, but yeah, for being that person to each other. 100% agree with what you are saying on the
For today's hottest hits and yesterday's favorites, Graffiti MSI Live Radio.
TNL Business Establishment, the #1 manufacturer in windows and door mesh installations. Screen out uninvited pests such as mosquitoes, flies, bats, lizards,
Hi, Adele. How are you
scorpions,
doing?
and others. No more elevated heartbeats. Scream out, scream out. Enjoy your home in peace without the disturbances of pests. Let CNL Business take care of the rest. For more info, contact 876-877-0042 or call 876-882-6922 or email us at seni66@yahoo.com. Scream out, scream out. CNL Business Establishment, the #1 manufacturer of windows and door mesh installations. Schedule your consultation today.
Day party all inclusive. Island Vibe Sunday. Food, drinks, ATLs, hottest DJs, in a beautiful ambiance. All for only $50. Taking place at 2 extra events. 5076 Winters Chapel Road, Suite 300. Lots of free parking. Mask and temperature checks will be required.
I love them, mate. That's the last guy, the first to bring you Jack McCree. Hey, everybody, real last of my crew, man. Fancy like me, I'm a stickle. Chunky and delicious. Yeah, I know. Done. Nothing better than last of my crew. You want my one? Right. Last of my crew. The original and still the best.
My name is Darrell Mandela, the grandson of Nelson Mandela. But what do I do more importantly? I am the chairman of the Africa Rising Foundation, a foundation that is based in South Africa geared towards empowering young people in education, in sports, in computers, in financial literacy. We focus mainly on rural kids. But we also now have a foundation in New York called the Mandela Institute for Humanity, which focuses on making sure that young people have the opportunity to become great leaders. And we look at Nelson Mandela as one of the greatest leaders and how we can also have the same values and vision and style of leadership like Nelson Mandela. I am very proud to be working with Touch the Sky Foundation, which is taking young people and putting them in touch with young Africans so that they can also be able to be in a position to have a worldwide view of what's happening out there in the world. But more importantly, to have those connections that will hopefully continue for generations to come. So we can understand that the world is a big place, but when we work together, we can achieve anything we set our minds to. So ladies and gentlemen, I look forward to receiving you here in South Africa when you do come finally. And we hope that you have a great year. 22, here we go.
Rochester. Join local entrepreneurs at the first annual Touch the Sky Believe in Yourself Brunch and Believe. Join us on February 27th from 1 to 5 p.m. at Millennium Live Greece Canal Park, hosted by comedian Yolanda Smile and catered by the Toast Factory. Music by Red Label Sound and a special guest performance. Get your tickets now. All proceeds help children travel abroad. Touch the Sky is a 501c3 nonprofit organization with the mission of changing children's lives through seeing the world.
Book the most innovative team for your event. Graffiti Inside provides aerial visual, photography, videography, graphic design, and audio engineering. Our professional team will ensure that your special day or project is perfect without a hitch with our customer service and skills. Book us through our website at www.graffitiinside.com or call 561-275-5533 or 876-483-3450. Email us at info@graffitiinside.com and don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Graffiti Inside. Graffiti Entertainment and Media Services, unleashing the creativity through art and entertainment.
The proud founder of Touch the Sky, a nonprofit organization giving our youth opportunities to travel abroad and experience the splendor of different cultures.
Hi, my name is Ashley. My name is Jada. My name is Samantha. My name is Carl. My name is Julia. My name is Phil. I believe in myself. And I'm going to go to Africa. And I want to travel to Paris. Then I want to go to Jamaica. I want to travel to I would like to travel to going to touch the UK.
Touch the Sky believes when these opportunities are given at an early age, it helps expand the mindset of our youth to positively impact humanity. Our youth can travel abroad, learn, explore, expand, and ultimately for more information, visit touchthesky21.org.
If you like you're in Jamaica, come to the Dutch Pot Jamaican restaurant.
We're celebrating 20 years serving the South Florida community. We thank you for your support over the years, allowing us to bring the flavors of Jamaica to your family table.
Serving up mouth-watering oxtail, jerk chicken, brown stewed chicken, and so much more.
Come celebrate with us on the 20th of every month all year long as we give away 200 meals. May 20th,
June 20th,
July 20th,
August 20th,
September 20th,
October 20th,
November 20th,
December 20th.
starting May 20th, 2020. Our first Dutch Hot Jamaican restaurant location, 111 North State Road 7, Plantation, from 3 p.m. until 5 p.m.
Save the date. Tell a friend.
200 free meals, Wednesday, May 20th, 2020. The Dutch Pot Jamaican Restaurant at 111 North State Road 7 in Plantation.
For more details, log on to DutchPot.com and like and follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
For today's hottest hits and yesterday's favorites, Graffiti Inside Live Radio.
TNL Business Establishment, the #1 manufacturer in windows and door mesh installations. Screen out uninvited pests such as mosquitoes, flies, bats, lizards, scorpions, and others. No more elevated heartbeats. Scream out, scream out. Enjoy your home in peace without the disturbances of pests. Let CNL Business take care of the rest. For more info, contact 876-877-0042 or call 876-882-6922 or email us at seni66@yahoo.com. Scream out, scream out. TNL Business Establishment, the #1 manufacturer of windows and door mesh installation. Schedule your consultation today.
Day party all inclusive. Island Vibe Sunday. Food, drinks, ATLs, hottest DJs in a beautiful ambiance. All for only $50. Taking place at 2 extra events. 5076 Winters Chapel Road, Suite 300. Lots of free parking. Mask and temperature checks will be required.
Along the way, last time I feel the first really drop my You know, I'm variety and size to suit everybody to real. Last mackerel man, fancy like me, I'm mistaken. Chunky and delicious. See, I know the food done. Nothing better than Lasco mackerel. You want my one? Right. Lasco mackerel, the original and still the best.
World. My name is David Mandela, the grandson of Nelson Mandela. But what do I do more importantly? I am the chairman of the Africa Rising Foundation, a foundation that is based in South Africa geared towards empowering young people in education, in sports, in computers, in financial literacy. We focus mainly on rural kids. But we also now have a foundation in New York called the Mandela Institute for Humanity, which focuses on making sure that young people have the opportunity to become great leaders. And we look at Nelson Mandela as one of the greatest leaders and how we can also have the same values and vision and style of leadership like Nelson Mandela. I am very proud to be working with Touch the Sky Foundation, which is taking young people and putting them in touch with young Africans so that they can also be able to be in a position to have a worldwide view of what's happening out there in the world. But more importantly, to have those connections that will hopefully continue for generations to come. So we can understand that the world is a big place, but when we work together, we can achieve anything we set our minds to. So, ladies and gentlemen, I look forward to receiving you here in South Africa when you do come finally. And we hope that you have a great year. 22, here we go.
Rochester. Join local entrepreneurs at the first annual Touch the Sky Believe in Yourself Brunch and Believe. Join us on February 27th from 1 to 5 p.m. at Millennium Live Greece Canal Park, hosted by comedian Yolanda Smile and catered by the Toast Factory. Music by Red Label Sound and a special guest performance. Get your tickets now. All proceeds help children travel abroad. Touch the Sky is a 501c3 nonprofit organization with the mission of changing children's lives through seeing the world.
Hey Dre. Well, I guess my
Book the most innovative team
other
for
half
your
is not
event.
coming on.
Graffiti Inside provides aerial visuals, photography, videography, graphic design, and audio engineering. Our professional team will ensure that your special day or project
Doesn't sound like
is
they are
perfect
coming
for
on
that
tonight.
occasion with our customer service and skills.
Let me
Book
call.
us through our website at www.graffitiinside.com or call 561-275-5533 or 876-483-3450. Email us at info@graffitiinside.com and don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Graffiti Inside. Graffiti Entertainment and Media Services, unleashing the creativity through art and entertainment.
Wilson, the proud founder of Touch the Sky, a nonprofit organization giving our youth opportunities to travel abroad and experience the splendor of different cultures.
Oh,
My name is Ashley.
they are not coming on tonight.
My
Okay.
name is Carl. My name is Juliana. My name is Chloe. I believe in myself. And I'm going to go to Africa. And I want to travel to Paris.
Okay.
I want to go to Jamaica. I want to travel to Egypt. I would like to travel to Italy. I want to travel to UK.
Touch the Sky believes when these opportunities are given at an early age, it helps expand the mindset of our youth.
My team leaders are not coming on tonight.
Our youth can travel abroad, learn, explore, expand, and ultimately for more information, visit touchthesky21.org.
I'm amazing, understand.
Want to feel like you're in Jamaica? Come to the Dutch Pot Jamaican restaurant.
We're celebrating 20 years serving the South Florida community. We thank you for your support over the years, allowing us to bring the flavors of Jamaica to your family table.
Serving up mouth-watering oxtail, jerk chicken, brown stewed chicken, and so much more.
Come celebrate with us on the 20th of every month all year long as we give away 200 meals. May 20th,
June 20th,
July 20th,
August 20th,
September 20th,
October 20th,
November 20th,
December 20th.
starting May 20th, 2020. Our first Dutch Pot Jamaican restaurant location, 111 North Statewood 7, Plantation, from 3 p.m. until 5 p.m.
Save the date. Tell a friend.
200 free meals, Wednesday, May 20th, 2020. The Dutch Pot Jamaican Restaurant at 111 North State Road 7 in Plantation.
For more details, log on to DutchPot.com and like and follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
For today's hottest hits and yesterday's favorites, Graffiti MSI Live Radio.
TNL Business Establishment, the #1 manufacturer in windows and door mesh installations. Screen out uninvited pests such as mosquitoes, flies, bats, lizards, scorpions, and others. No more elevated heartbeats.
And this is how we'll never fly. It's always got to reach the top, yeah. Can groove with me? You don't know it's dancing.
We apologize for the inconvenience.
And I know I'll make it fine. Can groove with me?
Of the absence of DJ Tringo and DJ Alexi, they will be back next week.
Groove with me. And I know I'll make it fine. Walkers music on the ground. Just living it all over town. They do my playing all night long. So let me miss your favorite song. That's how it's on the radio. Clapping on the radio. DJ clapping on for free. It's moving on the R&B. And groove with me. You don't know it's dancing time. And groove with me. And I know I'll make it fine. And groove with me. You don't know it's dancing time. And groove with me. And I know I'll make it fine.
Yeah, Raspberry, how you doing?
Make it look it's for all. It's gonna go top the top. And this is how you never fly. It sure has got to reach the top, yeah. 'Cause now it's on the radio.
The Maoris are coming with them.
On the radio. DJs dropping all for free. It's moving on the R&B. Rock and groove with me. You don't know it's dancing time. Rock and groove with me.
So yeah, I've been here, David, and you didn't move.
Just now it's on the radio. On the radio, rapping on the late night show. DJs rapping on for free. It's moving on the orange. Yeah, I gotta keep on moving. Yeah, I gotta get on out of town. Yeah, I gotta
Get yourself, David.
moving.
Maliki family, how you are doing?
I just can't be found.
My name is Better Love. I'm on Instagram as Better Love 3. Welcome, welcome.
I've been accused for a killing. Yeah, I know I didn't do for hanging me. They are willing,
Today, money, Wheeler.
and that's why I gotta get on through. For Jah, they're coming after me. I said, Jah, I got to keep on moving. Jah, I gotta get on out of town. I said, Jah, I got to keep on moving. Where I just can't be, I just can't be found. Jah, they're coming after me. I've got some kicks and a woman, yeah. They're gonna soften that. Please forgive me for not going back, but I'll be there anyhow, yeah. Jah, I'll be there anyhow, yeah. Jah, I got to keep on moving. Jah, I gotta get on out of town, yeah, yeah. Jah, I got to keep on moving, yeah, yeah. Where I just can't be found. Oh, Jah, they're coming after me. Now maybe someday I'll find a piece of land somewhere not far near anyone. Then I'll stay for my love, my love, my loved ones, and we're gonna have so much fun. We're just gonna have so much fun. Said Jah, I gotta keep on moving. Jah, I gotta get on out of town. Jah, I got to keep on moving. Where I just can't be. I just why, why, why? Dooby doo body, dooby dooby doo body, dooby dooby doo body,
to keep on. I've got to keep on. I've got to keep on. Won't you come and rock with my little eye? Won't you come dance with my little sister? Won't you come and rock with my? Won't you come and rock with my? Skia quadrille, skia quadrille, skia quadrille, skia quadrille. Doobie doobie why, doobie doobie why, doobie doobie why, doobie doobie why, walk the proud land, walk the proud land, walk the proud land, walk the proud land. Now why you come wheel and done me? Now why you come wheel and done me? Now why you come wheel and done me? Go ring me belly, baby, tambourina. Doobie doobie doo bad, doobie doobie doo bad, doobie doobie doo bad, doobie doobie doo bad. Won't you come rock with my little icing? Won't you come rock with my? Won't you come and dance with my little sister? Won't you come dance with my? Skia quadrille, skia quadrille, skia quadrille, skia quadrille. Give I little solo, ja. 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 Walk the proud land, it's the Amma Kingdom taking place in iration, It's the Amma Kingdom taking place in iration. In the beginning there was but one concept, and that's the concept of I. Then arose Napoleon, the devil, claiming that it's you and I. And from that day on, there is trouble. From that day on, we've got wars and rumors of wars. Nations rising up against nation, mother against daughter, father against son, little children having children. In this holy devil, it's the Armageddon taking place in iration. Holy devil, it's the Armageddon taking place in iration. I see light fighting against darkness, righteousness against evil, right battling against wrong. Here comes bondage, struggling for freedom. But have patience, I do not patience. Don't be burdened by reasons of tribulation. Have patience, I do not patience.
Remember the call of redemption. It says, blessed art the poor, they shall inherit the earth. Blessed art the meek, they shall have the earth. Them that hunger and thirst after righteousness, them alone shall be called blessed. Kings of the little Peter touch.
Everyone is crying out for peace, yes. None is crying out for justice. Everyone is crying out for peace, yes. None is crying out for justice. I don't want no peace. I need equal rights and justice. I need equal rights and justice. I need equal rights and justice. Got to get equal rights and justice. Everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die for the rest of Jesus. Everybody wants to go up to heaven, but none of them want to die. I don't want no peace. I might need equal rights and justice. I've got to get equal rights and justice. I really need it. Equal rights and justice. Just give me my share. Equal rights and justice. What is due to Caesar? You better give it on to Caesar.
Thank you, Beverly.
And what belongs to I?
Good night, how you doing?
You better give it up to I. 'Cause I don't want no peace. I need equal rights and justice. I need rights and justice. I've got to get it. Equal rights and justice. I'm fighting for it. Equal rights and justice. Everyone headed for the dark. Now tell me how far is it from the bottom? Nobody knows, but everybody fighting to reach the top. How far is it from the bottom? I don't want no equal rights. Just I need equal rights and justice. I've got to get equal rights and justice. I really need equal rights and justice. Everyone is talking about crime. Tell me who are the criminals? I said everybody's talking about crime. Tell me who are the criminals? and justice, and there be no pride. Equal rights and justice, there be no criminals. Equal rights and justice, everyone is fighting for equal rights and justice. Palestine is fighting for equal rights. Justice down in Angola, equal rights. Justice down in Botswana, equal rights. Justice down in Zimbabwe, equal rights. Justice down in Russia, equal rights. Vampires who don't like to see you prosper, only like to see you suffer. On the set of vampires, vampires only try to creation with the bloody meditation. On the set of
I'll be back, guys, okay?
on the fight against